Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Joche and I'm the go-to channel for all things real. This video is for anybody that is thinking about getting a nose ring and they want to know if they should do it. I had my nose pierced for almost 2 years and it closed up when I think I was like 20, 21 because I had a stud in that had a ball on the end and I couldn't get it out before work and I had to take it out so I wouldn't get written up. And I couldn't get it out, so my boyfriend at the time yanked it out for me. And by the end of my shift, it closed up. After I stopped working there, I went and got it re-pierced. And I had to take it out again for another job that I started. They didn't allow it. And then after I had Josiah, he was like maybe 7 weeks old. I started a new job and they did not have a preference about piercings. And I got it pierced the third time, and here we are about 4 years later, and it's still in, and it's healed. Like, I can take it out and leave it out and it will still be there and I can put it back in. So that is one of the things that you want to consider before you go and get your nose pierced. Keep in mind your future when getting a piercing, because I just don't want y'all to waste y'all money getting a piercing and then you won't be able to wear it and then it ends up closing up. If you need the job more than you need the piercing, you will have to take it out. It will close up. They do make these studs at Walmart, Spencer's, other places that are a clear stud that are supposed to be you know, not detectable. Those were an epic fail for me. I got caught every time. I got to the point where I would try to color on the top of it with a black Sharpie marker and pass it off as a mole, and that didn't work either. But some people will allow you to wear the clear ones. So talk to people that you might know that work there and ask. There are some places, including office jobs, that really don't care, like call centers and just different types of retail environments. Like if you're a college student or you're a high school student, you want your nose pierced, try to go for those type of environments because they're probably not going to care as much as the food industry. It's kind of like a great reason to work for yourself, but before you can get to that point, you have to follow those rules. So that's just something that you got to consider that has absolutely nothing to do with the piercing, but everything to do with your life. Like, some people like a piercing for a short period of time and then they don't want it anymore. And that's okay too. But I just say if you want a piercing, try to get it before you're looking for a job or after you have a job. Try to figure out where you can work, because some places are picky about nose rings, about excessive ear piercings, about having, you know, your tongue pierced, eyebrow pierced. So whether it's a nose piercing or a facial piercing, period, you just don't want to waste your money like I did getting it pierced and having to take it out for a job, especially a job that's going to pay you minimum wage to work anyway. The next thing you want to think about is if you want your nose pierced, if you have the time to take care of it, because a lot of people get a nose piercing and they think that it's going to just be easy. That little standard 8 weeks that they tell you, maybe 12, is what you're going to need for your nose ring to heal. I'm here to tell you that that is a bag of baloney. And if all you do is spray that solution on there and that's it, that is not all it takes for piercings. It really depends on your skin. It depends on the type of jewelry they put in your nose. It depends on if you have sensitive skin, because if they give you the hypoallergenic metal but you are not necessarily fond of that metal, your nose piercing can get really itchy and irritated and you may have to go back and switch it out, which means you'll have to increase your regimen for taking care of the piercing. It's not just a 2-month commitment or 3-month commitment. Like, you have to take care of it over time. I do have videos on how to clean your nose piercing and how to heal a bump if you do get one, and get rid of that bump overnight, and it is effective. Like, I have over 150 1,000 views on that video and great likes, comments, and questions to this day. The video is 4 years old, but it is effective. As y'all can see, I don't have a nose bump and my nose piercing has been thriving. The next thing that I want to tell you all is that you may have trouble taking your jewelry out yourself. I recommend an L-shaped stud. I did a video about this. Feel free to check that one out as well. It's about the best type of jewelry for your nose when you are a beginner, and that is the L-shaped stud. A lot of people get their nose pierced. They get both sides pierced nowadays. They think they're going to just dive right into this hoop and it's going to be so easy to take out and clean and all of that. And honestly, for me, I'm speaking on my experience, it was not easy for me. I get a lot of my jewelry from Piercing Pagoda, although I am willing to, you know, try other places. But I like them because they have hypoallergenic jewelry as well as gold-plated studs. So the jewelry that you find in places like Hot Topic, Spencer's, even the place where you get it pierced is often that hypoallergenic metal. And that used to make my nose itch and it used to irritate it, thus leading me to get nose bumps, have itchy dry skin. And so that's the whole reason why I did content around how to clean your nose, how to get rid of a nose bump. The jewelry is very important. Some of my friends that don't have sensitive skin, they can literally put in a $1 nose ring from Amazon or AliExpress. I can't do that because my nose will be itchy and irritable and it's aggravating. And just remember to clean your nose, you guys. I don't want your nose getting infected or just having dried up, you know, boogers and things on it. Take care of your piercings. The other thing that I'll say is not all L shapes are made the same. Some of them are really small. Lately, I've noticed that Piercing Pagoda, their nose L shapes are really small. So that means that this can fall out very easily. And if you're like touching your face, you could literally pop it out. You could literally be changing your clothes and it could pop your nose piercing out. And when the nose piercing is not healed, it will hurt a little bit more. But sometimes it still hurts if I snatch it the wrong way. So I just want to give y'all that little tip as well, because I don't think people tell you that. And also, if your nose starts to stink, like from the inside, which that does happen, you may need to change the jewelry. It just means that you've had that nose ring in for a long time, even if it's gold or silver plated, and you start to have this odd smell. You may have to take it out and clean the actual jewelry and put it back in. And if it still has an odd smell, sis, bruh, it's time to change the jewelry. Literally, like get a new ring. I had to do that recently because, you know, you get a good one, it fits well, you just want to keep it. Another tip is like if your L shapes are falling out, you can look for a corkscrew and see if you can take some tweezers and kind of adjust the shape to make it an L so that you'll have a longer L stud that won't come out as easily. And if you have sensitive skin, and a piercing can trigger sensitive skin, because I don't really feel like I have sensitive skin, but I had my belly piercing reject twice and my nose piercing did result in a bump at one point. So you have to kind of be careful about the jewelry. Even now with my ears, except for my first holes down here, the other two I have to put more expensive jewelry in because that costume jewelry, that cheaper lower end jewelry, can irritate the hell out of a piercing. So keep that in mind if you're going to get your nose pierced. Like, you can keep the jewelry they gave you, but if it irritates you, you may have to upgrade to something that is more expensive. So it's not just the I paid 40 to 50 bucks to get my nose pierced and here is some $10 salt solution that they also recommended, and they sell it at Walmart too, by the way. This is it. Like, no, it is an ongoing thing. You have to keep antibacterial soap for it. You may have to use some tea tree oil. You may have to use a little sea salt cleanse, which I have all that on my channel in a playlist. I'll link it, but it's not something that is just gonna be like an easy peasy thing. It's cute, it's swag, it looks good on Snap, it looks good on TikTok, and I'm just gonna move forward. Like, a piercing is a long time thing. It's kind of like a tattoo. The only difference is if you decide you don't want it anymore, you can take it out, but it may leave a mark. Like, I didn't have a mark when I take it out now, but when I let the piercing close the second time, I did have this little brown mark right there, which is not there anymore. I think when I started to take care of it this time, it kind of got rid of that. Like, the tea tree oil, the aspirin, and sea salt paste that I made really did a due diligence with clearing my skin in that area. Include your piercing as part of your regimen, and that will make it an easy process. Also, just keep in mind that it is an ongoing expense if you have sensitive skin, because you may have to buy things to care for it, natural remedies. If you'd like more videos about piercings or tattoos, please let me know in the comments down below. If you have any other questions about the experience that are not already on my channel, let me know. I will film a video for you all. Be sure to check out my playlist with everything that I have as far as my piercing experiences, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.